Okay, so let's go ahead and get this PCB cleaned up. Okay, so for that, we're going to need some 99% isopropyl alcohol. We're going to need our brush. We're going to need a Kim wipe. Okay. Going to need the Kim wipe. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to do, make sure it's underneath the camera. We want to get some alcohol on here just to loosen up that flux. It's to pre-dissolve that flux. Just like that. Then you put your Kim wipe on top like that. Okay? And it will absorb. That Kim wipe will absorb whatever the alcohol has dissolved. In this case, it's the flux. Okay? And that's how you do it, boys and girls. This is how it's done professionally in the electronics industry. Now, you usually do this about 2 or 3 times. That's all you need to do it. About 2 or 3 times. And it's usually good. Okay? And we do it again. Put about like that. And you're just basically dabbing it with the brush to get it around each one of those leads. That's all you're doing. Pull it up, and as you can see, it's getting cleaner. And I'll usually do it 3 times. I'll do it the 3rd time. Okay. So put this on here a 3rd time. Like that. Okay, and that Kim wipe goes in the garbage. I put my brush back and close up the alcohol. I don't want it dissolving, or evaporating, I mean. And as you can see, it turned out really, really good. I'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see it, but yeah, that's almost as good as the factory. I mean, next to it is the factory. That's the flow solder machine. This one right here is from the flow solder machine that did that. And if you look at my soldering, it's pretty much as good as a flow solder machine. Oh yeah, look how clean it is, you know, but yeah, that's how it should look. So now I just added a 3rd 16-bit ESA slot. So next I need to finish cleaning out the holes on this one and do the same thing, you know, solder in the card edge connector. And then I will have 2 additional 16-bit ESA slots for my Bridgeboard. Okay, so let's continue. Alright, let's continue. So, as before, I need to add some solder before I can use the big blue. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. Add some more solder to these holes. Okay, I think I already did all this. Yeah. Okay. So let me get my big blue. The big blue. That's funny. I actually do a quicker and better job using this. I mean, you're watching me do this underneath the camera. No fuss, no muss. It's just a matter of what we're used to. You know. That's what matters. What are you used to? I'm used to these. There you go. No fuss, no muss, boys and girls. The heck with that electric desoldering gun. Oh no. I like this big blue a whole lot better. Look at that. I'm a firm believer. It either works or it don't work. I don't see how Gadget UK 164 uses that little small hand desoldering pump that he uses. That thing is like half the size of this. Dude, if you're watching this video, you need to switch to one of these, man. These big blues. They work really, really good. Okay? And they're cheap. I mean, I pick them up on eBay all the time for like, I don't know, $7. Brand new in the package. I don't even bother replacing the tips, because the new tips for this are about the same price as buying the whole thing brand new. So when the tip wears out, I just throw it in the garbage and unwrap a new one. Stick it on my workbench. Yep. You see how quick this baby's going. It's going really, really quick. Now this is on a ground plane again. Shit. Well, that's not good. Probably going to have to do the same thing I did before. Probably going to have to do the same thing I did before. Yeah, it's not wanting to come out of there, so... Okay, I'll have to do the same thing I did before. Yeah, I'll have to do the same thing I did before. Okay, for most of those, I'm going to lower that back down to like 340. 340 degrees Celsius. Okay, so there's that. Okay, and then I want to take a little bit of the alcohol and clean this up just a little bit, just to get the extra little solder flakes from around those holes. I don't want them around those holes. Okay, good enough. Okay, so get all this crap off my damn workbench. Now I'm going to have to add more solder around this one ground plane, because I'm going to have to do the same thing I did before. Yep, I have to do the same thing I did before. Okay, I'll be back shortly to solder in the 16-bit ESA card edge connector. Alrighty, so let's get this thing soldered in, okay? Alright, get this thing soldered in. So, like before, I'm going to have to heat that up. Luckily, it's only one hole in that ground plane. I'm real lucky about that. Can you all see it? So make sure you can see it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Get on there. Oh, come on. Get on there. Okay, I think that's on there. Just want to make sure it's seated properly. That should be seated. Yeah. Make sure it's seated. Okay. Actually, what I may have to do, okay. Can you still see it underneath the camera? I think you can. God, I hate these stiff cords. Oh my God. Okay. That should work. So, let me go ahead and solder that in, or tack it in. I have to tack it in first. Hopefully you can see it underneath the camera. It's got to be tacked in. Opposite corner. Okay, so. Yeah, let's tack that baby in. Put some, reach in my iron. I tell you one thing, I don't think these tips are as good as my old tips. My old iron is so much higher quality. It really is very good quality. It's very good quality. But I'm having a hard time finding replacement tips for it. That's the only reason why I was forced to buy a new iron, because I'm having a hard time finding the replacement tips for my old OK iron. Yeah. And to give you an idea of how long I've had my, had that iron, I got that iron, I think I traded, back in the early 80s, I traded a Commodore 64 computer for it. The guy wanted one of my Commodore 64 computers, and I wanted that iron, so I traded him. And I've had that iron ever since. Yep, had that iron ever since. Okay, yeah, you got to make sure these are lined up. You got to really make sure they're lined up. And that looks lined up. So, okay, it's time to solder that baby in. Make sure it's underneath the camera. Okay, so you can see it. I just want to make sure it's right there. That's where I'm going to be soldering. I might even zoom in a little bit. You can see me solder that, Right there, yeah. I just hope my big head doesn't get in the way, That could happen. Let me reel in some of this solder. I got like, hell, 6 feet of solder rolled out here. my God. This tip is, I mean, this cable is so damn, you know, to be honest with you, I'm thinking about going back to my old iron because that's a nice iron. Alright. Let's get this thing soldered in, shall we? Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this because I really need the extra 16-bit ESA slots. Okay. Almost done. Almost done. Okay, where in the hell's my... Okay. Okay. I think now I can turn my iron off. Well, actually, no, I'll leave it on because there's another part that I need to do after this. So, alrighty, so that part is done. I'm going to zoom in and let you see what I did. Okay, just like that. I'll zoom in a little bit closer. Now, it looks ugly because it still has the flux around the leads, but don't worry, I'm fixing to clean that next. You can do a comparison between this side here, okay, and this side. See? Okay, so I'm going to clean this when I come back. All right, let's get this cleaned up, okay? Okay. Okay, we're going to need the alcohol, just like before. We're going to need our brush, and we're going to need a Chem wipe, okay? All right. So, is it underneath the camera? Yeah, it's underneath the camera. So, as like before, just pre-soak that flux. You got to pre-dissolve it. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to put the Chem wipe right on top. Just like that. Alrighty. I usually like to do it 3 times. Okay, let's put the Chem wipe on there again. Okay. Do it one more time and it should be perfect. Okay. Alrighty. And now, you guessed it, we're going to use a cotton makeup pad to finish cleaning the board. We can also use cotton swabs, you know. Yeah, you can use cotton swabs. Uh-oh. Might have to use a cotton swab for in here because I'm having a hard time getting in here. Yeah, might have to use cotton swab. Yep, cotton swab. Be better for that. For large areas, though, the cotton makeup pad actually works the best. And I've seen them use cotton swabs to clean large areas of board. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm just shaking my head, you know. Oh my God. Cotton swab makes it a whole lot easier. You know, I mean, a makeup pad makes it a whole lot easier. Cotton makeup pad. Yeah, a whole lot easier. Yep, looks good. Okay, that looks good. And then what I like to do, I like to take a makeup brush and just basically brush off, make sure there's no loose solder left on the board. That's the main reason why I use a makeup brush. And there you go, boys and girls. Right there. That's the 2 new 16-bit ESA slot, you know, the card edge connectors soldered in. And there they are. And as you can see, it looks pretty good. You know, it looks as good as the flow solder machine. And we'll turn over. I like to keep my anti-static mat clean. I don't like a bunch of solder stuff on it. But, okay, so it's right there. The new, let me get that out of the way. Okay. The new ones are right there, boys and girls. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, so you can see this in all of its glory. Look at that. Is that nice or what? All right. Well, that's it for this part. Stay tuned for the next part.